Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Not because you said anything, but just because you showed up? Maybe some people smiled, but others gave you strange looks for no reason. You were kind, you were real. You weren't trying to be better than anyone, yet somehow you felt the envy. If that sounds familiar, you might be a chosen one, especially a chosen woman. Now here's the truth, nobody wants to say out loud. Chosen women attract envy. It's not just random people either. It's often the ones close to you, friends, family, classmates, co-workers, and yes, even narcissists who smile on the outside but feel threatened on the inside. Why? Because you carry something they don't understand. Peace, light, confidence that doesn't come from makeup, money, or popularity, but from something much deeper. And when you walk in that kind of energy, people either feel inspired or exposed. In this video, we're going to talk about why this happens, why envy is real, and why narcissists especially seem drawn to hurt you. But don't worry, this isn't a sad story, it's a powerful one. And by the end, you'll see the truth in a whole new way. So stick with me till the very end. You'll be stronger, wiser, and way more aware of your power. Drop a comment to share your story, show some love by liking this video, and join our community. We're building a space where chosen ones like you are safe, seen, and celebrated. Let's get into it. The truth is, chosen women attract envy, and it's time to understand why. Some women carry something special inside them. It's not always easy to see with your eyes, but you can feel it. It's the way they walk with quiet confidence, the way they speak with kindness, and the way their presence brings peace. These women carry light, not the kind from a lamp or the sun, but a light that shines from deep within. It comes from their soul, their truth, their strength. This kind of woman doesn't need to show off or compete. Her light speaks louder than words. But here's the strange part. The brighter her light shines, the more people try to dim it. It's like shadows showing up out of nowhere. People who smile to her face might talk behind her back. Friends might turn cold. Some may copy her while secretly hoping she fails. This doesn't happen because she did anything wrong. It happens because her light reminds others of what they are missing. And not everyone is ready to face that. Envy doesn't attack the weak, it attacks the extraordinary, the ones who are doing their best to stay kind, to grow, to live with meaning. Those are the ones who get targeted. Because when someone carries light, it makes others face their own darkness. And instead of healing their pain, some choose to attack the one who made them feel it. This is why many chosen women face silent battles. They're not being hated for being wrong, they're being envied for being real. Their light is powerful, but that power also attracts jealousy, fake love, and even people who try to use them. But here's what makes it beautiful. Even when the shadows try to dim her, the light still shines. It might flicker, it might feel alone, but it never goes out. Because real light, soul-deep light, was never meant to be hidden. It was meant to shine, no matter what. A chosen woman doesn't need to speak loudly or wear flashy clothes to be noticed. The moment she enters a room, something changes. The air feels different. People pause. Some feel drawn to her, while others feel uncomfortable without knowing why. This isn't magic, it's her energy. Her presence carries a certain peace, a quiet strength, and a natural authority. She doesn't chase attention, it simply follows her. That's the power of someone who knows who she is, someone who walks with purpose, grace, and truth. This is where things get interesting. When a chosen woman shows up, she doesn't just fill a space, she shifts it. Her energy disrupts whatever is fake, heavy, or dark in that room. She brings light, and light always exposes what's been hiding in the shadows. And for people who are insecure, controlling, or fake, especially narcissists, that's a big problem. Narcissists build their world on lies, image, and control. They want to be the center of attention. They feed off praise and want others to depend on them. But a chosen woman doesn't need them. She doesn't play their games. Her self-worth doesn't come from others. It comes from within. This is what triggers the narcissist. They can't control her. They can't confuse her. And worst of all, her light makes their emptiness impossible to ignore. In the spiritual world, light and darkness are always in tension. So when a chosen woman walks in with her light, it pushes against everything that's false, manipulative, or broken. That's why some people suddenly act cold or aggressive. It's not really about her, it's about what her presence stirs up in them. This is the unseen battle she faces. Her energy awakens truth, and truth always makes the fake fall apart. That's the spiritual power dynamic behind the envy she attracts, and yet she keeps walking with her head high and her light untouched. Narcissists live behind a mask. They often pretend to be confident, kind, or successful, but deep down they feel empty and insecure. Their world is built on pretending, on creating an image that hides how unsure they really are. They want others to admire them, believe them, and follow them without question. But when a chosen woman enters their world, everything starts to fall apart. A chosen woman is authentic. She doesn't fake who she is. She speaks the truth, even when it's hard. She's confident, not because she wants attention, but because she knows her worth. Her confidence isn't loud or proud. It's calm, real, and unshakable. And this kind of honesty is exactly what threatens narcissists. Why? Because her truth shows what they are not. It's like holding up a mirror. When the narcissist sees her confidence, it reminds them of their own insecurity. When they hear her speak with clarity, it exposes their lies. When they see her stay calm in chaos, it reveals their lack of control. Her light doesn't just shine, it reveals. And the narcissist can't handle what that reflection shows. This is why narcissists often try to tear down chosen women. They may start with fake praise, trying to get close. But once they realize they can't control her, they begin to attack. They might spread rumors, twist her words, or make her feel like she's too much. But the truth is, they're scared, not of her anger, not of her power, but of her authenticity. A chosen woman's confidence is like a quiet fire. It doesn't need to roar to be felt. And for someone who's built their life on lies, that quiet fire is too much to face. It burns through their mask, and deep down they know it. That's why they try so hard to put it out. But real confidence, real light, can't be dimmed. Envy doesn't always look angry. It doesn't always shout or show itself openly. Most of the time, envy wears a smile, a friendly face, a kind tone, a supportive word, but behind that smile, something darker hides. And this is what makes it so dangerous, especially for chosen women. A chosen woman often attracts many people. Her kindness, strength, and light naturally draw others in. She listens deeply, supports those around her, and gives without asking much in return. But not everyone who comes close is coming with good intentions. Some come close just to watch, to copy, or even to compete, silently and secretly. These people might call themselves friends, but they don't clap when she wins. They may compliment her, but deep down, they hope she stumbles. They laugh with her, but inside, they feel jealous of her peace, her growth, or the love she receives from others. Instead of being inspired, they feel insecure, and that insecurity turns into quiet envy. This is what hidden envy looks like. A friend who always compares herself. A friend who gets distant when you're happy. A friend who supports you in public but criticizes you in private. A friend who turns everything into a silent competition. Chosen women often don't see it right away because they lead with love. They don't expect betrayal. But when they start to rise, emotionally, spiritually, or even just in their self-worth, these fake friends begin to reveal themselves, not always with harsh words, but with small actions, pulling away, acting cold, copying without giving credit, or speaking behind their back. This kind of envy is dangerous because it hides in close relationships. It comes dressed as love, but it drains like poison. That's why it's so important for chosen women to protect their energy, trust their intuition, and recognize when someone's presence feels off, even if their smile says otherwise. Because real love doesn't compete. Real friends celebrate, and those who truly see your light will never try to dim it. Narcissists have a sharp sense for power. Not the loud, showy kind, but the quiet inner strength that comes from confidence, self-respect, and spiritual grounding. That's why they often set their sights on chosen women. A chosen woman walks with purpose. She knows who she is. She doesn't seek approval or chase attention. And that's exactly what attracts the narcissist, and also what threatens them. Deep down, the narcissist admires what he cannot become. He sees her peace, her light, her wisdom, and it stings. Because everything she has naturally, he tries to fake. So instead of working on himself, he tries to break her. Not because she's weak, but because she's strong in ways he can never be. Narcissists use subtle and dangerous tactics to do this. Their goal is control. And the first step? Making her doubt herself. It often starts with love bombing. They overwhelm her with attention, compliments, and affection. They act like they've finally found someone different, someone special. But it's not love, it's bait. They want her to feel seen, so they can later use that trust against her. Once she starts to let her guard down, the game changes. The same person who praised her now begins to criticize her, not always loudly, but in ways that slowly chip at her confidence. You're too emotional. Why are you overreacting? No one else thinks that way but you. These are not just random comments. They're part of a plan. To confuse her, to make her question her own mind, to slowly shake her foundation. If she stands up for herself, they call her difficult. If she pulls away, they guilt-trip her. If she stays strong, they act like she's cold or selfish. This is called gaslighting, when someone tries to change how you see reality so they can gain control. But why go through all this effort? Because narcissists crave power, and a woman who can't be controlled is their biggest threat. She reminds them of everything they lack: honesty, stability, self-love. Instead of growing, they attack. Instead of healing, they manipulate. What makes it worse is that chosen women often lead with compassion. They want to help, to understand, to heal others. Narcissists see this kindness as a doorway. But what they don't realize is that true strength can't be destroyed. It can only be hidden for a while. Even if a narcissist thinks he's won, a chosen woman always finds her way back to the light. She remembers who she is. She heals, rises, and walks away wiser. And though it hurts, she learns this truth. Not everyone is drawn to your light to love it. Some come to steal it, but they can never keep it, because what's real always finds its way back home. Envy is often misunderstood. Many think it's just about wanting what someone else has, a nice home, beauty, success, or talent. But true envy goes deeper than that. It's not always about the physical things you own, it's about the essence of who you are. And when you're a chosen woman, that essence, your light, your peace, your spirit, is what stirs something uncomfortable in others. Some people can't explain why they feel uneasy around you. They might even like you, admire you, or act friendly, but deep inside, something starts to boil. It's not because you've done anything wrong. It's because your presence, your truth, and your spiritual alignment reveal something missing in them. Envy is a reaction to unhealed wounds. It's born when someone sees in you what they can't seem to find in themselves. Your peace reminds them of their chaos. Your joy reflects their bitterness. Your strength brings up their weakness. Your confidence shines light on their insecurity. And instead of being inspired, they feel exposed. The root of this envy is spiritual. It's not just about human jealousy, it's about how your soul carries something divine. You may not realize it, but your energy awakens something in the spiritual atmosphere. You walk into a room, and suddenly the masks people wear start to feel heavy. Pretending becomes harder around someone real. That's why the envious don't just want your life, they want your spirit, but they don't know how to get it. This is why chosen women often feel misunderstood, judged, or targeted without cause. You didn't brag, you didn't show off, you were just being yourself. But that self holds light. And light always makes the dark uncomfortable. Remember this. You didn't trigger their envy by having too much. You triggered it by being too true. Chosen women carry a rare and powerful energy. They are grounded, divine, and deeply self-aware. This means they live with purpose, stay connected to their inner truth, and walk through life with grace and confidence. They don't rely on others to define their worth because they understand their value from within. This kind of strength is quiet but unshakable, and it shines from their soul in a way that others can sense, even if they can't always explain it. Narcissists, on the other hand, live very differently. Their world is built on surface-level things: praise, control, admiration, and pretending. Deep down, they lack true grounding. They are disconnected from their authentic selves and often unaware of their own emotions and weaknesses. Instead of facing their inner struggles, they hide behind masks and illusions. They crave attention and validation because they don't have a strong sense of self. This is why they constantly seek to control others, to fill a hole inside that never seems to close. When a narcissist encounters a chosen woman, something powerful happens. She becomes a mirror. She reflects back everything they are not. Her grounded nature shows them their own instability. Her divine connection reveals their emptiness. Her self-awareness exposes their confusion and dishonesty. The things they work so hard to hide suddenly become impossible to ignore. This reflection is uncomfortable for the narcissist. It stirs up feelings of resentment, jealousy, and even anger. They don't want to see the truth about themselves. Instead, they try to push the chosen woman away or tear her down, hoping to silence the mirror that shows their flaws. This mirror effect is a key reason why narcissists target chosen women. It's not just about control or envy, it's about fear. Fear of being exposed, fear of being seen as weak or fake, fear of losing the image they've carefully built. When a chosen woman stands tall in her truth, it threatens the very foundation of the narcissist's world. The resentment that grows inside narcissists is like a storm brewing beneath the surface. They might act charming and friendly at first, but soon their true feelings show through. Subtle digs, coldness, manipulation, and control tactics. They want to bring the chosen woman down to their level because it's easier than facing their own shadows. But the strength of a chosen woman lies in knowing who she is. She understands that the resentment she faces is not really about her. It's about the narcissist's inability to accept their own truth. Instead of absorbing their negativity, she holds on to her light and remains grounded. She keeps walking forward, confident and self-aware, because she knows her worth is not defined by others. In the end, the mirror the chosen woman holds is powerful. It shows not just what others lack, but also what she, and anyone willing to look, can gain. True self-awareness, inner peace, and a connection to something greater. This is why narcissists fear her, but also why she continues to shine, no matter what. As you grow and become more aligned with your true self, something surprising often happens. People around you start to act differently. The more you step into your power, clarity, and purpose, the more some people will try to pull you away from that path. This is not because you are doing something wrong, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. When you become truly aligned, your energy changes. You start living in a way that feels honest and meaningful. Your decisions come from a place of inner peace, not from fear or outside pressure. You no longer fit into old patterns or play the same roles others expect. And that shift can be unsettling for those who are still stuck in confusion, doubt, or control. People who feel misaligned themselves may react by trying to distract you. They might gossip, criticize, or create drama to shake your focus. Sometimes, the distraction comes from those closest to you, friends, family, or even co-workers, who don't understand your changes or feel threatened by them. This backlash is a natural part of your growth journey. It's a test of your strength and commitment. Understanding this helps you prepare. You can expect challenges, but instead of letting them stop you, use them as signs that you're moving in the right direction. The distractions are like noise trying to pull your attention away from your true path. The stronger you become, the louder that noise may get, but it doesn't have to control you. By staying grounded, focused, and true to yourself, you can navigate through these challenges with grace. Remember, your alignment is a powerful force. It lights your way and inspires others, even if some try to dim it. So, when you face resistance or feel pulled off course, remind yourself, this is part of your growth. The more aligned you become, the more misaligned people will try to distract you. But your purpose is bigger than their distractions. Keep moving forward, keep shining your light, and trust that your path is meant for you alone. Being chosen is not about how many people clap for you or how many followers you have. It's not measured by the number of compliments or the amount of attention you get. In fact, sometimes the opposite is true. The real sign that you are chosen is how many people try to tear you down. This might sound hard to hear at first. We all want to be liked and accepted, right? But here's the truth. When you begin to walk your path, live your purpose, and shine your light, not everyone will celebrate you. Some will feel threatened by your courage and growth. They might try to bring you down because your strength reminds them of what they lack, or because your success makes them uncomfortable. When people criticize you, spread rumors, or try to block your progress, it doesn't mean you're failing. It means you are making an impact. You are standing out in a way that challenges others. Their attacks come from fear, jealousy, or insecurity, not from your mistakes or weaknesses. This is where emotional strength comes in. To be chosen means you need to build a strong heart and mind. You have to learn not to take other people's negativity personally. Their words and actions are about their own struggles, not about your worth. One way to build this strength is by believing deeply in yourself. Know your value and purpose, even when others don't see it. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself of your progress, your dreams, and the reasons you started your journey. This inner belief will be your shield against negativity. Another important insight is to choose carefully who you listen to. Not everyone's opinion deserves your attention. Some people speak from pain, jealousy, or misunderstanding. Protect your energy by surrounding yourself with those who uplift you, who inspire you, and who support your growth. Their encouragement will fuel your courage and help you keep moving forward. You will also discover that challenges and opposition teach you important lessons. They help you grow patience, resilience, and wisdom. When you face hardship, ask yourself, what can I learn? How can this make me stronger? This mindset turns obstacles into stepping stones. Remember, being chosen is a journey, not a destination. It is not about perfection, but about persistence. It's about showing up every day, despite fear or doubt, and choosing to keep shining your light. So, when you feel the world pushing back, when people try to tear you down, see it as proof that you are on the right path. The more they try to stop you, the more you are stepping into your true power. Let their resistance remind you of your strength and keep you focused on your purpose. In the end, the real measure of being chosen is not how many admire you, but how firmly you stand when others try to break you. Your resilience, your heart, and your truth are what make you truly unstoppable. Narcissists don't envy your looks or your success the way you might think. They aren't jealous because you have a beautiful smile, a great job, or an impressive lifestyle. The real thing they envy, the deep thing that truly unsettles them, is your inner peace. This is the surprising twist many don't realize. When you are calm, centered, and connected to yourself, you carry a quiet strength that no amount of makeup, money, or status can buy. Inner peace is like a powerful shield that protects you from chaos and negativity. It gives you confidence without needing to prove anything. It allows you to stay steady even when life gets tough. Narcissists who live in constant need for attention and control see this peace as a mystery they can't understand or grasp. Their envy comes from the fact that no matter how much they try to manipulate or control, they cannot fake true peace. They don't know how to find it because they are always chasing validation from the outside world. Your calmness exposes their insecurity and leaves them feeling empty inside. So while they might focus on your outer appearance or achievements, it's your unshakable calm and confidence, the peace within, that truly bothers them. This is the real power you hold, and it's what makes you untouchable by their games. There is a powerful truth hidden in the line. They don't want your light. They just don't want you to have it. This statement captures the dark and destructive nature of envy that some people, especially narcissists, feel toward those they see as different or special. It's not about wanting to share in your success or your happiness. It's about wanting to stop you from shining at all. When someone envies you in this way, they don't care about lifting themselves up or even taking what you have for themselves. Instead, their deepest desire is to pull you down, to snuff out your light, and to make you as small and invisible as they feel inside. This kind of envy is toxic because it's not about admiration or respect, it's about fear and insecurity. The light we talk about isn't just about your talents, achievements, or outward appearance. It's about your inner strength, your confidence, your peace, and your ability to stay true to yourself. It's your spirit, the part of you that shines even in the darkest moments. And this is what makes certain people uncomfortable to the point of hostility. Think about it like this. Light in a dark room makes shadows visible. When you shine brightly, the shadows around you become more obvious. For some, these shadows represent their own doubts, fears, and weaknesses. Your light exposes what they don't want to face in themselves. So instead of admiring your glow or trying to understand it, they try to put you out of the picture altogether. This destructive envy can show up in many forms. It might be gossip behind your back, subtle put-downs disguised as jokes, or outright attempts to sabotage your efforts. Sometimes it's passive-aggressive behavior or cold silence meant to make you question your worth. These actions aren't random. They come from a deep place of wanting to keep you from realizing your full potential. The cruel irony is that this envy only grows stronger the more you resist it. The more you hold on to your light, the more those who wish to dim it will try to break your spirit. They see your strength as a threat because it highlights their own weaknesses, but this is also your greatest power. When you refuse to let their negativity control you, you show that your light cannot be extinguished. Understanding this truth is key to protecting yourself. You don't have to fight every battle or respond to every attack. Sometimes the best defense is to keep shining quietly and steadily. Let your light be your answer. When you focus on your own growth and keep your heart open, you become untouchable by their attempts to pull you down. Remember, the fact that people try so hard to take away your light is proof that it matters. It means you are doing something important, something worth noticing and worth protecting. Your light is not just a gift to yourself, but also to the world around you. It inspires others, creates positive change, and brings hope in times of darkness. So, when you feel the pressure of envy or the sting of someone trying to dim your glow, remind yourself they don't want your light, not because they want it for themselves, but because they can't bear to see you have it. This understanding can strengthen your resolve and deepen your compassion. Instead of letting their envy bring you down, use it as fuel to keep shining brighter. Your light is a powerful force. It's a symbol of your resilience, your courage, and your truth. And no matter what anyone tries to do, it will always find a way to break through the darkness. Being chosen means walking with purpose, but it also means being misunderstood. This truth carries a heavy emotional weight, one that many people don't see or understand. When you are chosen, you feel called to live a life that is different, often deeper, more meaningful, and aligned with a higher purpose. But this calling can make you feel isolated because the path you walk is not always clear to those around you. Walking with purpose means you have a strong sense of direction. You know there is something important you are meant to do or be. You carry a vision inside you that guides your decisions and actions, even when the road ahead looks uncertain or difficult. This sense of purpose can be incredibly motivating and uplifting. It gives you strength when things get tough, but it can also create distance between you and others who don't share or understand your vision. Being misunderstood is one of the most painful parts of being chosen. When people don't understand your choices or your values, they may judge you, criticize you, or even try to hold you back. Sometimes this misunderstanding comes from fear or jealousy. Other times it comes from simple lack of awareness or different life experiences. Either way, it can leave you feeling lonely and questioned. Imagine trying to explain a beautiful piece of art to someone who only sees a blank canvas. That's what it can feel like when you try to share your dreams and purpose with people who don't get it. You might face questions like, well, why are you doing this? Or why can't you be like everyone else? These questions, though often well-meaning, can sting because they remind you that your path is not the easy or popular one. The emotional burden of being different is real. It can cause moments of doubt and loneliness. You might wonder if you're making the right choices or if you should just fit in. and give up on your dreams, but these moments are also a sign of your growth. They show that you are pushing beyond comfort zones and stepping into something bigger than yourself. Part of the journey of being chosen is learning to embrace this misunderstanding without letting it stop you. It means developing inner strength and patience. It means knowing that not everyone is meant to understand you, and that's okay. Your purpose is not to please everyone, but to be true to yourself and the calling inside you. This doesn't mean you have to face everything alone. Finding support from people who see and appreciate your vision can make a huge difference. These allies become your safe space, a place where your purpose is celebrated, not questioned. But even when support is scarce, remember that your worth doesn't depend on others' approval. Being misunderstood also teaches compassion. When you know what it feels like to be judged or isolated for being different, you grow empathy for others who struggle too. You begin to understand that everyone is on their own journey, facing their own battles. Ultimately, being chosen is a gift and a challenge wrapped into one. It asks you to walk with courage, knowing that the path will not always be smooth or clear to others. It asks you to carry your purpose with pride, even when misunderstood. And it asks you to keep moving forward, trusting that your journey matters, even if few can see it now. So if you feel misunderstood or alone on your path, remember this. Being chosen means you are meant for something special. Your purpose is worth the struggle, and your light will shine brighter because you dared to walk differently. The emotional burden is heavy, but your heart is stronger, and the world needs your unique light more than ever. God didn't make you chosen to be liked. He made you chosen to lead. This powerful truth anchors everything about your journey in a higher divine purpose that goes beyond human approval or acceptance. Being chosen is not about fitting in or seeking applause from others. It's about stepping up to fulfill a calling that only you can answer. When you feel the weight of being different, misunderstood, or even rejected, it's important to remember this. Your purpose is not to win popularity contests. Your role is far greater than that. God chose you to be a leader, not necessarily in the way the world defines leadership, but as a pioneer of change, a bearer of light, and a source of inspiration for those around you. Leadership often means making tough decisions and standing firm in your values, even when they are unpopular. It means being willing to face challenges and opposition, because your vision comes from a divine place. People may not always like you for it. They may question your path or resist your influence, but that is part of the calling, to stay faithful to what God has placed in your heart, regardless of the approval or criticism of others. This divine purpose brings with it strength and clarity. When you lead with God's guidance, you don't walk blindly. You have a spiritual compass that keeps you focused even when the road is hard. You learn to trust that the impact you make matters deeply, even if it is unseen or unappreciated at the moment. Being chosen to lead also means embracing responsibility. Your actions, your words, and your choices affect others. You become a light in the darkness, showing a way forward that inspires hope and courage. This is a sacred role, one that requires humility, faith, and resilience. Remember, many great leaders throughout history were misunderstood and disliked at first. They faced resistance because their vision challenged the status quo, but their commitment to their divine calling changed lives and shaped the future. Your leadership has the same potential, grounded in the knowledge that God made you for this moment. So whenever doubt or discouragement comes, hold on to this truth. You are not here to be liked. You are here to lead. Your divine purpose is your strength, your guide, and your hope. Step forward boldly, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. Your leadership matters, and through it, you will light the path for others to follow. Envy confirms your elevation. If no one envies you, you're not walking in full power yet. This idea might sound surprising at first because envy usually feels like something negative, a painful emotion that makes us uncomfortable or even sad. But when you look deeper, envy can actually be a sign that you are rising, growing, and stepping into your true strength. When you start doing things differently, following your unique path, or shining your light in ways that others aren't, some people will notice, and not all of those people will be happy about it. Envy is often the reaction of those who feel left behind, confused, or threatened by your progress. It's a signal that you have moved beyond ordinary limits and entered a space where your energy and power stand out. Instead of seeing envy as a problem or a threat, it's powerful to view it as confirmation that you are on the right path. If nobody envies you, it might mean you are still playing it safe or blending in too much. Real growth and leadership come with challenges, including envy from others. And this doesn't mean you should seek envy or create conflict, but it helps to understand that envy is a natural response to the kind of progress that shakes up the status quo. Think of it like climbing a mountain. When you stay at the base, the view is easy and no one feels challenged by your presence. But as you climb higher and reach new heights, people notice your journey, and some may wish they were where you are. Their envy shows that you are no longer hidden. You have become a force to be reckoned with. This shift in thinking turns envy from a source of pain into a source of empowerment. It reminds you that your growth matters, your elevation is real, and it has impact. The fact that envy exists around you means you are doing something meaningful that others recognize, even if they don't say it openly. Understanding envy this way also helps protect your mindset. Instead of feeling discouraged or doubting yourself when others react negatively, you can see their envy as a sign of your success. This perspective keeps you focused and motivated, even when the journey feels lonely or difficult. Envy also challenges you to grow stronger emotionally and spiritually. When people envy you, they may try to distract you, bring you down, or create drama. But if you know envy confirms your elevation, you are better prepared to handle these challenges with grace. You don't need to react out of fear or anger. You can rise above and keep moving forward. The hate you face is not personal, it's spiritual. This is a powerful truth that many overlook when they experience negativity or opposition. When someone directs hatred or bitterness toward you, it can feel deeply painful and confusing. You might wonder, why me? What did I do wrong? But the reality is often much deeper than any personal grievance. Your light, your growth, and your rising energy disrupt the darkness in others, and that's what triggers their reaction. Imagine darkness and light as two opposing forces. Light brings clarity, warmth, and life. Darkness hides things, creates fear, and feels cold. When your light shines brightly, whether through your confidence, your kindness, your success, or your authenticity, it naturally exposes the shadows around you. This exposure can make those living in darkness uncomfortable, even angry. Their hate is not really about you personally, it's about how your brightness challenges their inner struggles. This understanding can help you detach from bitterness. When hate feels personal, it can trap you in a cycle of pain, confusion, and even revenge. But when you see hate as spiritual, a reaction to your light disrupting their darkness, you gain a new perspective. You realize that the hate reflects their own inner battles, not a true reflection of your worth or actions. This spiritual view invites compassion rather than resentment. Instead of responding with bitterness, you can recognize that those who hate or criticize are often hurting inside. Their darkness feels threatened because your light reminds them of what they lack or fear facing. In this way, your light is actually a catalyst for their growth, even if they resist it. Understanding this can give you peace. When hate is spiritual, it's not something you need to carry or take on yourself. It's not a mark against you, but a sign that you are doing something right, something that shakes up old patterns and challenges hidden fears. Your light has power, and with power comes resistance. This doesn't mean you should accept abuse or mistreatment. Setting boundaries and protecting yourself are important, but it means that the negativity you face doesn't have to define you or your emotional state. You can hold your head high and keep shining because the hate is really a reflection of the spiritual battle between light and darkness. Your light disrupts the darkness not just outside, but within people's hearts and minds. It shines a spotlight on what they try to hide from themselves and from the world. This can create discomfort and even hatred because the truth can be scary and painful. But your role isn't to change others or fix their darkness. Your role is to stay true to your light and purpose, knowing that your presence alone has the power to inspire change. When you accept that hate is spiritual, you also understand that it is temporary. Darkness cannot hold back light forever. No matter how much resistance or negativity you face, your light will continue to grow and expand. It breaks through the shadows and brings new possibilities, not just for you, but for everyone around you. This truth can help you let go of bitterness. Bitterness weighs heavy on the soul and drains your energy. It keeps you stuck in pain and reaction. But when you realize hate is spiritual and not personal, you can release those heavy emotions. You can choose peace instead of anger, understanding instead of resentment. Don't shrink to fit their comfort zone. Shine brighter. Your power is proof that you're on divine assignment. These words carry a truth that many people struggle to live out. It's easy to want to be liked, to avoid conflict, or to stay safe by blending in with what others expect. But when you're chosen for something greater, when you are walking a path meant by the divine, shrinking yourself is not an option. Instead, shining brighter becomes your calling and your responsibility. From a young age, many of us learn to fit in. We adjust our behavior, our opinions, and even our dreams to make others comfortable. We might dim our joy, silence our ideas, or hide our true selves so we don't stand out or cause waves. It feels safer that way. But the truth is, when you try to shrink yourself to fit someone else's comfort zone, you lose your power. You lose the unique light that only you can bring to the world. Your power is not meant to be hidden. It is not a mistake or a flaw. It is a sign that you are living a divine assignment. When you shine brighter, you show the world the gifts and talents that have been placed within you for a purpose far bigger than just fitting in. Your power confirms that you are walking the path you were created to walk. Sometimes shining brighter makes others uncomfortable. This discomfort can come from a place of fear or insecurity. When your light grows stronger, it challenges the status quo. It pushes others to look at their own lives and choices.